Not a chance in hell I'm saying that correct. His name is Michael. And if you didn't know, that's actually how you pronounce it. It's Trutacz. Because apparently Polish letters do not match the same phonetic spelling that American letters would spell. I asked some coworkers at work, I said, try and pronounce this name for me today. And they didn't have a chance in hell of saying Trutacz. I thought this story was very interesting, though, about how this prince was hunting for a urus in the local forest. Now, an urus is what I pointed out above this city picture here in Poland. And this is a creature that princes used to hunt back in the day. Yes, what a scary looking creature. I'm imagining that is a photorealistic image of exactly what they looked like. And then after the hunt, he said, why not build a hunting lodge? And of course, then it turned into this beautiful town. I can always appreciate Poland architecture. As I've casted more Polish players in this tournament, I have really learned to enjoy all the different scenery. It has been quite one of the coolest things, really. And all these fun stories. I mean, this is neat. I really enjoy that. Stok means river in Polish, Old Polish. That's pretty neat, too. All right, guys. Remember, someone's saying Ursidon. Yeah, Ursidons are descendants of the Urus, which come from Poland. Clearly, the Polish have expanded to the StarCraft universe. Oh, okay. Guys, after game number 2, I have a major announcement. Like, huge Africa TV endorsed announcement. It's something that's going to happen Thursday. That's the teaser I'm going to give you. Okay, here's what we're also going to do in between breaks. Now, we have a V1 versus Big Fan matchup. This best of 5. Remember, this was the hyped up fun match that we were going to watch. So let's go ahead and get that one queued up. And if you guys ever see my password while I'm doing this, don't worry. I change the password every time. I know how some of you are. You're like, oh, I'm going to get inside this game. I'm going to watch this replay live with BC Dagger. No, you can't type that in fast enough. Actually, we need to get a different game. Anyway, the next game looks like it's going to be on Circuit Breaker, though. And loser picks, so looks like Trutacz was the one who picked Circuit Breaker. Let's go ahead and browse up one level. Big Fan versus V1. Guys, please get excited. There was a $100 donation just so we could watch a Big Fan versus V1. So big shout out to the $100 donation. If you guys would like to donate to the cause and have more money in the foreign scene, that's great too. Let me go ahead and add some names if I can to this. Temporary. We'll put V1 on Bonyth's side. So V1, so people will know, and then we'll put Big Fan on the right side. All right. And guys, this is going to be fun. I said they didn't have to use any rules. They didn't have to play their main race or anything. And I even told Big Fan that he could have 3 AI on his team if he chose to play against V1, because V1 is a B level player and Big Fan is a D level player. And you know, really out of practice because he does so much for the Brood War news section that he doesn't have the time for anything else. Okay, let's go ahead and start this up. It looks like V1 versus Big Fan on Destination. Game number 1. Oh, this is going to be hilarious. All right. On Destination, guys, remember, this isn't in the Fight Club map poll. This is just a map that they decided that they were going to choose. And V1, aka Victor, is going to be the Zerg player. Meanwhile, Big Fan is representing as the Golden Phoenix. No, you don't have to watch the entire best of 5. And I'm going to fast forward through this. This is just going to be silly. I know you guys are confused. If you think that we should just do this best of 5 at the end, let's do it at the end. Oh, okay. No. We'll do it at the end. Everybody's upset. We'll do it at the end. Listen, people wanted it. There was a major donation for this. Alright. I've disappointed everybody. This is sad. Alright. Guys, let me update the score and then we'll start the next game. Where's your sense of fun? Where's your sense of enjoyment, guys? Alright. Game number 2! Big Fan versus V1. You've been outvoted. I apologize. We'll get to your games later. You guys, you know, you need to show some love for Big Fan, though. That dude pours his heart into Brood War. Oh, you guys just cracked me up. Alright, let me check that everything else is working well while this is happening. Okay, cool. We'll do the best of 5 after the best of 9. Guys, whoever wants to hang out, we're going to do it. I promise you. It needs to happen. Alright, at the top right-hand corner, it is Bonyth. And at the bottom left-hand corner, it is going to be Trutacz. Guys, I promise you my news after game number 2, though, is so huge that you are going to lose your freaking minds. At least I'm super excited because as a foreign caster, I'm privileged to something very, very neat. And if we have success with it, if we have success with this news that I'm going to reveal after game number 2, then it's something we will be able to do in the future. So just so you guys know. So you guys need to show some support on Thursday. Meanwhile, guys, Fight Club game number 2. And people who are watching VODs are probably like, what the hell is going on, BC Dagger? Were you drunk during this cast? No drinking, completely sober. That is right. So Trutacz is actually going for this fast 9-pull speed build on a 2-player map, which is going to be very, very bold. He picked this map, but he's also picking this build. So this is very, very fascinating that he decided to go for this. Am I dropping my super hot mixtape? No, I am not dropping a mixtape, but I guess I could try rapping for you guys on stream if it would help you donate towards the foreign scene. I can drop it like it's hot. Okay, so this Overlord is going towards the top left. And this drone is also going to be eagerly trying to look for a scout because the first 6 Zerglings are going to be coming out of here pretty quickly. Bonyth, you badass, though. Bonyth already scouts out, cross spawn, and he's starting to do the wall off now. So the Forge is on its way, and he's going to be dropping cannons as quickly as possible. So that's going to be very, very important. Also, let me go ahead and up this high latency. Bam! Remember, I'm watching online because you guys are just such a picky people, and you want the mini-map to not be laggy. I can get it, though. We want everything to be pristine. So, these Zerglings, 8 Zerglings are making their way up. You can see speed is a little over halfway done. There's a couple Zealots out already because this has been read well. And the first cannon is going to be halfway done. So the probes are going to have to clog the holes. The Zealots are going to have to go out and actually try and kill off these Zerglings. The Zerglings can't surround the Zealot unless Bonyth makes a mistake. So game number 2, this is going to be risky here. Trutacz is going to have to figure out how to climb out of this 9-pull speed disadvantage that he has early on in this game. He's going to get this Zealot. He's going to get the Zealot. The Zealot is going to go down. But that cannon being done is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what Bonyth needs. And now that Nexus is going to be built at the natural base. So a slightly delayed Nexus to deal with this pull. And that's going to be all she wrote for the early game. Meanwhile, I guess the Zerglings are just on the hunt here to pick off this probe. And with speed early on, scouting is really tough as a Protoss player. So until you have like speed Zealots, things are going to be knocked down or shut down pretty good by these Zerglings. So third hatchery also coming up. I like this from Trutacz. He knows that he has to make up a lot in the economy by taking a third base right away and getting drones fast. Bonyth is going to be able to take it easy. With this gas coming up, really his best build is to go for Corsairs. And maybe he could go with single Stargate with +1. But double Stargate +1, because the lair is going to be delayed, it's going to be a later Spire, could totally pay off. I think though that just one set of Corsairs, in case we see that Trutacz decides to go cheesy and all in off these 3 bases, he may do like a 5-hatch all in, and you don't want to be sinking all of your gas into double Stargate Corsairs if a bunch of Hydras are going to pop out, defend it well, and then just harass your natural like crazy. Look at the spread of units. Look at the vision that Trutacz has set up for himself. He's got 2 Overlords that are already out. The Zerglings are kind of covering all of the different avenues to escape out of this base. So Bonyth is in the dark. He's not going to see anything. So what he's doing is he's working on the +1 speed zealot timing, which usually confirms that just one Stargate is going to occur. But hey, this is a faster Citadel of a Dune. So, no, is it? Yeah, I guess he just went Citadel before Stargate, whereas you can typically see Stargate and then Citadel, because he wants to have speed zealots quicker. Remember just a few moments ago when I was looking over here and I said, really the only way that we're going to see Bonyth out on the map is if he gets speed for his zealots because of the speed Zerglings? Well, this is exactly why he's decided to drop Citadel first and make this happen. So 2 more Stargates, or 2 more gateways getting dropped down, and this is a really gateway heavy opening. And Trutacz may not read this. Oh, no, he is going to read it. I'm sorry. He's got the Overlord here. So he at least sees that this is going to be a heavy amount of gateway units in this mid-game play. And Bonyth is setting himself up for really aggressive two-base aggression. Meanwhile, looking back on this, the +1 range, the +1 to the range attack is on its way for Hydralisk. So this is actually pretty fast +1. And the follow-up here, let's look. So you can see like the Hydralisk den hasn't been built yet. That's weird. So he's getting +1 range before he's even getting a Hydralisk den. I love this. So now you see the den actually coming down. This is so unorthodox from a Zerg player. You don't generally see them get this +1 because they find it so important to work that gas towards tech first. But because we're not seeing lair, and this is probably going to be a 5-hatch all in, this is going to be such a heavy amount of Hydralisks here that with that +1 upgrade already being done, it's going to make such a huge difference. Meanwhile, this is where the triple gateway is already paying off. All that massive amount of production coming from here. We can see that +1 is about to drop on top of these zealots. +1 range attack is going to be so important on those Hydralisks purely because they need to do much damage before they do get killed off by these speed zealots. So they're going to run in here and they're just going to face off against these drones as quickly as possible. Trutacz has to use his best micro, gathering up the drones, clicking them to the mineral patch to gather them together, floating them apart. You know, that rhythm that you see from Zerg players. Oh, I like the damage though that Bonyth inflicted there. Real good. Took out quite a few Zerglings, a couple drones. If he can get that drone count down, under 30 would be really, really nice for Bonyth. That could be his target goal if he's trying to be aggressive here and slim out the capabilities of the Zerg army. You can see this is working its way towards almost being complete. The Hydralisk den being done. Speed going to be first for the Zerg player. Meanwhile, let's check at home. The Stargate has been built. Remember, Bonyth doesn't like to not have a Stargate. He just doesn't do the Stargate right away because he's opting to get tech and army first. And now Corsairs are going to follow second. Corsair is going to be really important to pick off those Overlords that are going to be covering the bases well. And if these Overlords can get removed, the DT will have an opportunity to do damage. You can see the Zerglings here working themselves up towards the left side. This is going to be a critical moment. Usually a Protoss player can get caught off guard doing aggressive harassment or just outward attacks. Will lose track of this third base. And that's what we see. Bonyth almost stepped away. But if he can engage quickly before the Zerglings can collapse on this Nexus, then he can prevent any harassment damage from being done. This DT has been sent to sleep over at the 6 o'clock position, and we'll just have to start screaming our heads off as soon as that DT starts to make its move towards the third base. Only one Overlord here. Remember, there's been this congregation of Corsairs that has been sitting at the natural base. On top of this, I love that the Robo facility has been completed too, so there's the potential of drop play to bust out. So this is that 5, and did he, let's do a confirmation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're really, it's like, it's 5 hatch with a 6 hatch being built, but this is 5 hatch Hydra pressure. Let's go ahead and go with that. 6 hatch Hydra is a completely different, formation, I guess. But it's really just right on par with that timing. As you see, we're nearing the 10-minute mark, and Trutacz is ready to just ball out now that he's got 11 damage in his arsenal. Okay, so this is huge. 2 High Templars are going to get picked off right away with those Zerglings. That is major amount of storms that has just been reduced, and there's not much to defend. As the Hydralisks take the high ground, Bonyth might be in trouble with this third base. Can he do a lot of damage with the Zealots? There's not a lot of Zealots, and the Zealots are getting picked off too quickly. There's no armor on the Zealots, so the Zealots are going to die fast. And this is a key High Templar that is going to get picked off. It gets picked off by only killing 4 Hydralisks. Meanwhile, Trutacz is pushing his army forward, and he's going to be able to take the third base. Meanwhile, the Dark Templar is not doing much. The Corsair fleet is moving out. It's not a Corsair fleet, although if they arrange themselves right, they could look like a flying one. And now the Hydralisks are going to pick off everything. As you can see, that pylon picking it off. That's a Rogue Zealot. It's not doing much for the base. Meanwhile, let's look inside. These Corsairs. Moving on, supplies at 94. 94, let's keep track of that, keep that number in our head. Meanwhile, the Hydralisks are pushing forward. Bonyth doesn't have much. He might end up losing this game. It's getting close to a GG, and if Bonyth loses, then Trutacz will have done it. He will have tied it up, the series to 1-1. It is getting so close. The Hydralisks went up to the high ground to look for if there's any critical units. Without the DT here, the Hydralisks have been able to do a lot. Now with the DT out, the DT with +2, 46 damage. Let's look at that. It takes 2 hits to DT to kill off these Hydralisks right away. This huge amount of Overlords has been overlooked by the Corsairs. The Corsairs are going to be coming in too late. DT is going to get picked off in just a moment here, and that's going to be it. That's all she wrote for Bonyth. It's only a matter of time now before he's just going to tap out. Not something he's used for. He looks for his keyboard for the GG buttons, calls it a day, and tied for game number 2 to 1-1. All right. Game number 2 has been completed. What a game. What a game. Trutacz, you baller. Plays like a boss. Come here. My dog is here. My dog is here. Come here. Alright, guys. I'm going to let her out. Adorable. And I'm going to play some music, and then we'll be right back. Just need a quick break. Alright. Alright, guys. Trutacz, if you could choose an imaginary friend, who would you choose and why? I would choose Jaedong. And why? It's Jaedong, man. So that's what Trutacz says. And if you don't know, that's a young Trutacz right there. And who is he holding hands with? Jaedong. Oh, who took that picture? Who was standing over there nice enough to take that picture of Trutacz and Jaedong together holding hands? Oh, that's so amazing. But the question is, do you guys see Jaedong there, or is this imaginary? You gotta let me know. I mean, and did this really happen? Amazing. Oh, I love it. All right. Am I punishing you guys? Maybe I should move the news back. Do you want me to tell you after game number 3? I feel like maybe we should wait until game number 3. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get this next game ready to go. That's what you guys are waiting for. You don't want to hear any of this other business. That kid is strong, because regardless of whether that's actually Trutacz on that guy's shoulders or not, the guy looks massive. Oh yeah, I should wait till the end of cast. That would be even better. All right, game number 3. All right. Okay, guys, here's the big news. I don't want to hold off on you guys anymore. So, Africa TV and I have a pretty good relationship. And I have always been looking for more opportunities to treat you guys with whatever I can. Oh, this camera needs to be fixed. Let's stall here. Okay, so what I want to say is that this Thursday, I have gotten myself a hold of the Flash versus Soul Key replay. And I am hosting an official Africa TV event to get the best minds of the foreign StarCraft players on a cast with me. And we will be watching a once-in-a-lifetime. We have a finals replay between Soul Key and Flash. And we are going to analyze the shit out of this replay. And we are going to spend an hour, and if we need to take longer, we will. But we are going to spend an hour on Thursday. I'm going to move the time earlier, too. So that way we can actually have the European scene awake while we do this